Hello, welcome, and hello you all. I hope you are well, and welcome to another video. Today I wanted to talk about ADHD. It's something that's been quite prevalent. There's been a lot of it about, especially over probably the last 10-15 years. It seems to be getting higher and higher, and this is a video I was going to make a while ago, and I didn't. I put it off and I put it off. But when I was thinking about making a video, there was about 3 people came to me or they were in discussion with me about ADHD, and I thought, oh, that would be a really fascinating subject to talk about. Quite deep and psychological, but I want to try and keep the videos a little bit shorter, especially due to the poll that I did on my channel, on the community, because I was asking people if they wanted longer videos which are quite in depth, or shorter videos which are like 10 minutes and under. But my watch time is dropping, because I know people don't have a lot of time, or maybe it's the ADHD and they're constantly looking for something else. So that's something else that we're going to go look into, I think, a little bit today with this video. Well, what is ADHD? It stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. So basically you can't focus on anything for too long, and you want to be busy, on the go, doing stuff all the time, rather than just sitting with something and going through the motion and enjoying the activity. You kind of like, your attention just can't stay on one thing. So I did a little bit of Googling to try and find out what they put down. Obviously you can't believe anything Google says anyway, because it's all, a lot of it's all just manipulation anyway. But what it says on there is that there's no real known reason for why people get it. However, they do think that it could be linked to like a hereditary thing, or it could be to do with some trauma, which is something that I want to touch on in this video, to do with trauma, mental health, emotions, and stuff that's going on within. A lot of healing that needs to take place within, and that's what I feel. I feel that there is an element of trauma. So what a lot of people don't talk about, this trauma or these emotions that need to be healed, it doesn't have to just be in this life. So going on the esoteric or the spiritual stuff, this stuff can be passed through lines. It can pass through the bloodlines, but it can also be passed through the energetic lines within our lives. And we can pick up on that, and we can get that, and we can have it within our life where there is something that is triggering us and it's creating a reaction. And as soon as it creates the reaction, you have to then find something to distract yourself from that. But I also think that because of the internet, social media has really also had a huge part and a huge impact to play on this, because people can't express themselves properly anymore. People can't show their emotions, and there's been an uprising in mental health. So I think there's obviously a link with mental health, the trauma, the anxiety, the depression, whatever it may be, and stuff that's been suppressed because of this, I suppose, westernized approach to just kind of pushing things down, forgetting about them, putting it behind us, creating more shadow, creating more blocks within our energy. So whatever we push down and whatever we push behind us and try to forget about and move on to something else to distract us from the issue at hand. Just had a text message, I gotta answer it. That in itself is creating blocks in your energy, which again is culminating to this this ADHD thing. So and the more it spirals, the more it goes on, the more it becomes a habitual state. And the habitual state for a lot of people, especially now, is to look at the phone, or a message straight away, or an email, it must be important, someone's posted something on Facebook, someone's posted something on there, and it's just a constant. And I think there's something within the the phones now, especially now more so than ever, I'm feeling some sort of energetic drain from me. Here he goes again. Through the phone, when I've been using my phone, something with my eyes and with my head, which I've never experienced before, never felt it before, and I'm not using my phone any more than what I did before, but there is something going on within that, so that's just something to think about on another video. So there's this attention deficit, so we can't focus our attention on anything. And so things with like meditation, creating that focus, building up over time, a lot of people don't want to do that because it takes time and it takes attention, it takes focus, it takes awareness, and we've been kind of manipulated, and the social anxiety is through the roof, and being socially kind of like driven into and pushed into corners where we don't know where to go, we don't know how to get out, and it creates this anxiety, it creates this uplift in social anxiety, anxiety itself, depression, mental health issues, and ADHD is what I feel is one of the outcomes from it, because of this suppression and this pushing and moving things away, trying to forget about it, trying to throw a rug over it, throw a cover over it, and say, oh, I'll deal with that another day, but you never actually deal with it because you can't focus on it. And it's got that bad now, especially with the mental health thing and the ADHD, that a lot of people are just kind of they're kind of stuck and they're zapped and they don't know how to get out. So this is where, as a Reiki practitioner and someone that likes to coach through meditation and through healing practice, it brings people back into a place of awareness, of full balance, and that discipline, giving yourself that time and that discipline to be able to just focus, even if it's for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, but starting off small, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and building up over time. What actually happens is you rewire your thinking, you rewire your brain to be able to function at the level it's supposed to function. If we think back to like many years ago, people were so busy kind of working, or even if we go like into sort of primitive times, cavemen times, there was no such thing as mental health. The mental health wouldn't have existed because they didn't have time. They were always hunting, they were looking, they were working, they were feeding, they were doing what they had to do, they were doing their duties. And over time, it's kind of, we've evolved a little bit and moved on, and we've kept this kind of like, I suppose, work structure to a degree. But because of the ADHD, a lot of people can't like focus on their jobs. They can't do that one thing. They can't just, they're always looking for the next thing. They're always looking for something else. And that's part of this hyperactivity thing as well. So because of the attention, because they can't focus, and because they can't, when I was a kid, I just draw and colour things in, or make things, or build things with Lego for hours on end, But now you see like kids that are just shoved in front of a digital screen, and that's the distraction. That's like sucking their attention in. So attention, and because of the I suppose the colours, the LCD screen, because of all that digital stuff that's going on, we are still, even though we've evolved, we are still, our chemicals and the way we function are still the same as when we were cavemen, cave people. Even though, we've evolved to this point and we've got phones, we've got screens, we can connect, we can communicate, our hormones, our DNA, our reactions, the chemical reactions within our body is still exactly the same. So when there's a traumatic experience and when the adrenaline builds up, or whatever chemicals are building up within the body that we have to process, or we have to maybe move away from a situation because there's danger, or we have to react a certain way, if we don't release that and work with that and then let it go and know and understand why it's happened, why we're feeling this way, what's going on, and come to this conclusion within ourselves, then again, what it's like, it's kind of pushing things back down again and not dealing with it, not dealing with the root cause of the problem. So that's why we're always looking for something else to distract us, and consumerism is a huge thing. It's like, it's the same thing, especially with the digital devices, the phones. There's always something to be looking for. It's like, oh, that's nice, that's shiny, I like the look of that, search for that. Other things, other suggestions pop up. Oh no, let's have a look at that. And you're constantly being drawn into other things and other things and other things. And before you know, this habitual state has been created over time, where it gets to a point where you're just like, I've been quite busy with clients, so I have been doing a lot of work on the laptop, on my phone and what have you, and it's taken me a lot of time to step away from it and just think, bloody hell, what's going on there? I can't seem to just switch off, and I'm having to like really go back to basics with my thinking, with my meditation, and just give myself that time and lengthen. I'm actually lengthening my meditation to create that habitual state back in me again, and take away this frantic looking, typing, searching, getting in touch with, replying, all that sort of stuff, and just putting that out the way, forgetting about that and going back to what I need to go back to, which fundamentally is me. And that's the thing about ADHD, I feel, and I've seen quite a few posts about this on social media, is the reason why it's happening as well is because people aren't working on themselves. People are just pushing things down, pushing it to the behind, forgetting about it, throwing a cover over it and saying it doesn't matter. And then things are building up and building up and building up, and then boom, something happens and it just escalates, explosion. Then you come back down again and you build up and build up and build, and it becomes this repetitive cycle of behaviour, which we now know as ADHD. But like I say, it's come from so many different things, and I quite like psychology and whatever, and how the mind works and how the world works around us and things like that. So I just thought it would be a little bit of a good video to talk about, because it is so prevalent with a lot of people, and I don't think a lot of people are actually aware that they probably do have ADHD, but it's because of this. I think it's because of this external push. A lot of it is external, not all of it, but a lot of it is external, that's created this chemical reaction within the body to be constantly seeking, searching, looking elsewhere, and not dealing with the root cause or the root issue of the problem. So that's just my thoughts. What do you think? Comment below, let me know what you think. Let me know if you suffer with ADHD, if you've come across anything or spoke to anyone, any medical professionals that know about that, but I just think it's I think it's something, especially with the mental health, I think it's something that's going to become more and more and more, and probably escalate into something else. But I suppose the biggest part about it is understanding it, and knowing why it's happened, and knowing that maybe we've got it and it's something that we have to work with. Because once you're aware of something, you can actually start working with it and understand your patterns of behaviour, the way you react to certain things, the way you do certain things, the way you kind of maybe, start something, then leave it, then go on to something else, and have maybe 10 or 12 different things on the go, which creates this sort of frenzy of thought, which again can create anxiety because you've got that many things on the go and you can't just focus on one. So, and I think a lot of it comes down to meditation. Meditation will help so much of that because, like I say, it's rewiring the brain to come back into the now, come back into the present moment, and be aware of every single thing in each present moment of what we're working with and how we're dealing with it ourselves and within ourselves. So there we go. If you're interested in any meditation or any Reiki or any healing, then head over to my website. I'll link it below. I do packages, I do plans where there's Reiki and meditation, so you can join me on Zoom and I will guide you through a meditation. The meditations are all catered for your healing. So whatever comes up in your Reiki session, I always do the Reiki session first. We'll do a consultation via Zoom as well. And then whatever comes up in the Reiki session, we work a meditation around it, and it kind of doubles the effect of the healing. So you get 2 sessions of healing. You get a Reiki session in one part of the week and a meditation later in the week. And it really does enhance the healing of your journey. So I will link my website below. Go and take a look at that if you're interested in healing any sort of mental health or maybe ADHD or anxiety or anything else really that can be going on that we can work with Reiki and meditation, because they're both such amazing versatile forms of healing, just to bring you back into the now, back into the present moment, and put you on a new journey so you've got new clarity, new awareness, new focus and new direction. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed this little video. I just thought I'd have a little bit of a chat. I will see you in the next video. Much love to you all. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.